Some people over 60 are living with a quiet morning fear. You wake up, still half asleep, and you put on the blood pressure cuff. The number shows up higher than last night. Your heart feels a little faster. Your chest feels a little heavier. Your head feels tight. And suddenly, your entire day gets pulled into worry. But here's what you need to hear. In many cases, that doesn't mean your medication stopped working. It can mean something much more common. Your body is flipping on a normal morning switch, a built-in gas pedal that moves you from sleep mode into action mode. And for older adults, that switch can feel stronger. So, if you're thinking, what am I supposed to do? Is there something that helps morning blood pressure without increasing pills? I'm going to be direct. There is a simple, inexpensive, $1 kind of food that most people overlook. It's not a miracle overnight, but used the right way, it can support steadier blood vessels and help reduce those morning spikes over time. And this matters even more after 60. Because I am not just going to tell you what it is. I'll show you how to use it safely while you're still taking your medication. And I'll also show you how to measure your blood pressure correctly so you don't get scared by a false number. Please watch this video all the way to the end, because in the final part, I'm going to give you a very short morning routine, just a few minutes that helps you feel calmer, more in control, and more stable. And you'll know exactly what that $1 food is, how much to eat, and the best time to eat it. In the morning, your body doesn't wake up as gently as you think. It switches on, fast. Like someone turns a dial from quiet mode to action mode. The moment your eyes open, your brain sends a clear message. Get up, move, prepare for the day. And to do that, your nervous system becomes more alert. Your heart rate speeds up a little. Your blood vessels tighten a little. And certain wake-up hormones rise. The goal is actually good. It's meant to help you sit up, step out of bed, and walk without feeling dizzy. But after age 60, there's a problem. Your blood vessels are often less elastic. The vessel walls can be a little stiffer. So, that small tightening in the morning can become stronger than it needs to be. And then, it only takes a few tiny sparks to push the number higher. Standing up too quickly, holding your breath while bending, rushing to the bathroom, moving fast while you're still sleepy. And suddenly, your blood pressure jumps. This is exactly why so many people measure right after waking and think, oh no, my medication isn't working anymore. But sometimes, you're simply measuring at the exact moment your body is accelerating the most. So if you've ever seen a high morning number and spent the entire day feeling unsettled, please keep watching to the end. Because right after this, I'm going to show you one very common mistake that makes morning blood pressure look even worse. And when you fix just that one thing, the number can look completely different. Now, you can see why so many people say, I took my morning pill. So why is my blood pressure still high? Because the medication doesn't always win in the first few minutes of your day, especially if you accidentally do 3 things that make your body push back. First, you measure too early. A lot of people wake up and check immediately. But that's when your body is speeding up. Your vessels are tightening. Your heart is beating faster. You're measuring right at the morning gas pedal peak. Second, mild dehydration after a full night of sleep. Even a small drop in hydration can make your blood slightly thicker. Your heart has to work harder, and the blood pressure number can rise even if you didn't eat salty food or do anything intense. Third, coffee or stress too soon. 1 cup of coffee on an empty stomach, or grabbing your phone and reading something stressful, can jolt your nervous system awake in the wrong way and push the number even higher. So before you panic or assume you need stronger medication, remember this. Sometimes the issue isn't the pill. It's the timing and the morning habit around it. If this sounds like you, type the number 1 in the comments. Just 1. So I know you've been dealing with that frustrating situation. High morning readings even when you're taking your meds. And please keep watching all the way to the end, because next, I'm going to reveal the simple $1 food many nutrition-focused doctors recommend for older adults. But it only works if you choose the right kind and use it the right way. The $1 food I'm talking about is surprisingly simple. A bowl of real, plain oatmeal whole oats, not the sugary flavored packets. So why can oatmeal help support blood pressure, especially in the morning? Because oats contain a type of soluble fiber, often called beta-glucan. Think of it like a gentle cushion for your circulation. It can slow the absorption of sugar, help improve cholesterol over time, and more importantly, it can help your blood vessels react less aggressively to that morning gas pedal switch. When the vessels aren't as tense, your blood pressure readings often become more stable. Oats also provide minerals, like magnesium and potassium nutrients, your body uses to support relaxed vessel tone and better fluid balance. And after 60, those small supports can matter a lot when used the right way. I'm not telling you this because it's trendy. I'm telling you because we've seen it in real life. One of our patients, Robert, 68, used to wake up and see numbers around 154/92, even though he took his medication faithfully. We did not tell him to stop his meds. Instead, we made a few simple changes. We switched his breakfast to plain whole oats, reduced salty breakfast foods, had him drink water before measuring, and track his numbers consistently for 4 weeks. And his average morning readings moved down to about 138/84. But the biggest change wasn't just the number, it was the stability. Less swinging, less panic, less fear every time he looked at the cuff. But here's the key. Oatmeal only helps if you choose the right kind and eat it the right way. And next, I'm going to show you 3 specific ways to eat it so it doesn't backfire. There are 3 ways to eat oatmeal so it supports your blood pressure instead of making your breakfast backfire. First, choose the right kind. Go for plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. No sugar, no flavor packets, because many instant packets quietly add sugar and sodium, and that can make your morning numbers swing. Second, build it in a way that helps your vessels stay calmer. Cook it with water or unsweetened milk. Add cinnamon, a small handful of berries, or half a banana. And if you want to stay full longer, add a small portion of unsalted walnuts or a spoon of plain unsweetened yogurt. That combination can help you avoid the blood sugar spike that makes the nervous system feel wired, especially in the morning. Third, use a realistic portion and give it enough time. For many older adults, about 40 to 60 grams of dry oats is a solid starting range, depending on your body size and appetite. And don't expect a miracle in 1 or 2 days. Medical research reviews have found that regular oat intake can lead to modest improvements in blood pressure over time, especially in people who already run high. And major heart health organizations often highlight the soluble fiber in oats, called beta-glucan, for supporting healthier cholesterol, which is part of keeping blood vessels steadier long-term. Now, here's the part most people miss. Even if you eat the perfect breakfast, the way you measure your blood pressure afterward can still trick you with a false high number. Now, let me share the 20-minute rule that many people over 60 were never taught. If you wake up, step out of bed, walk around, talk, rush to the bathroom, or start doing anything, and then measure right away, you're measuring while your body is still accelerating. And that number can look higher than your true baseline. So instead of checking immediately, follow this simple order. First, take a few sips of water. Even that small step helps correct mild dehydration from the night. Next, sit in a chair, back supported, feet flat on the floor, no crossed legs. Then breathe slowly, in through your nose, and let the exhale be a little longer. Do that for 6 to 8 calm breaths. Now wait. Try to measure about 15 to 20 minutes after waking. When you measure, keep your arms supported at heart level. Don't talk. Don't hold your breath. And take 2 readings, 1 minute apart, then average them. Many people find that just fixing this one habit makes their morning numbers look much more reasonable. And even more important, it keeps you from being frightened by one single reading. If this feels clear and helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe quietly, naturally, right now. Because in the next videos, it'll keep giving you short, safe routines you can do at home to support healthier blood pressure and a calmer heart after 60. And next, we need to cover the most important safety rule of all. Oatmeal is support, but you should never stop your medication on your own. It'll show you exactly how to talk to your doctor the right way. The number 1 safety rule. Please treat this like a golden law. Oatmeal is support. It is not a replacement for your blood pressure medication. If you're taking blood pressure pills, Never lower the dose or stop on your own, just because the numbers look better for a few days. Here's why. Blood pressure is not just one number today. It's a trend over weeks, and your medication is acting like a guardrail protecting your blood vessels from dangerous spikes. Oatmeal can help make the baseline steadier, but it was never designed to handle every high-risk situation, especially if you have heart disease, diabetes, kidney issues, or a history of stroke. So here's the smarter approach. Track your morning readings using the 20-minute rule. Write down what you ate. Note when you drank coffee. Do this consistently for 2 to 4 weeks. Then bring that record to your appointment. And when you speak to your doctor, you only need one simple sentence. I changed my breakfast and the way I measure. Here are my 2 to 4 week averages. Do you want to adjust the timing or dose? Next, I'm going to tell you exactly how long it usually takes to see real change, and the signs that show you're truly moving in the right direction. Here is the question I hear most often. I'm eating the oatmeal. I'm measuring the right way. How long until I actually see a difference? And the honest answer is this. You may feel calmer sooner, but lasting change usually takes time. In the first 7 days, the most common improvement is less swinging. You might still have a higher day, but the big morning spikes often happen less frequently, especially if you drink water before measuring, wait the full 20 minutes, and avoid coffee too early. From week 2 to week 4, many people start to see a small drop in their morning average. Not a dramatic drop like medication can do, but a gentle, steady shift. And after 60, that matters. Because a small but consistent improvement plus fewer swings can mean your heart isn't getting startled every morning. Around 6 to 8 weeks if you stay consistent. And you also reduce salty foods and add light walking, the trend usually becomes clearer. This is where you should focus on a 7-day or 14-day average, not one single reading. And here are the signs you're moving in the right direction. Less morning jitter, less head pressure, less number jumping on the cuff, and less fear every time you measure. Now, right after this, I'm going to show you 3 common mistakes that make people eat the right food and still not see improvement. And once you avoid these, things can change fast. The 3 biggest reasons people say, I'm eating oatmeal and my blood pressure still isn't improving, are usually very simple. Mistake number 1, choosing sweetened, flavored oats. Those convenient instant packets often contain added sugar and heavy flavoring. That can spike your blood sugar, stimulate your nervous system, and make your blood vessels tighten. So you think you're eating healthy, but your body is getting triggered. Mistake number 2, pairing it with salty breakfast foods, classic American style, bacon, sausage, salty cheese. That sodium load in the morning can make you retain fluid and push the pressure higher, especially if you're salt sensitive, which becomes more common with age. Mistake number 3, coffee before food, and then measuring right away. Coffee on an empty stomach can hit like a second gas pedal. We're trying to calm the system, but you're accidentally revving it up again. When you fix these 3 things, oatmeal finally has the chance to do what it's meant to do, create a steadier baseline. And in the final part of this video, I'm going to give you a simple 3-minute morning routine: water, breathing, breakfast, and the right way to measure so you can start tomorrow without confusion. Here's a simple 3-minute morning routine you can start tomorrow safe, easy, and made for people over 60. Minute 1, water and calm. As soon as you wake up, take a few sips of water. Not a lot, just enough to wake your system gently. Then sit down, relax your shoulders, and breathe slowly. In through your nose, and let the exhale be a little longer. 6 calm breaths is enough. Minute 2, a steady baseline breakfast. Make a simple bowl of plain whole oats, no sugar. If you want it to taste better, add a little cinnamon, a small handful of berries, or a few unsalted walnuts. This kind of breakfast helps you stay full, reduces salty cravings, and lowers the chance your blood pressure jumps from stress and morning tension. Minute 3, measure the right way so you don't get fooled. Wait about 15 to 20 minutes after waking before you measure. Take 2 readings, 1 minute apart, and average them. Write down the number and how you felt, and focus on a 7-day trend, not one single reading. If you want my 3 simple oatmeal variations, different flavors, Still blood pressure friendly, type the number 1 in the comments. Just one. And if you missed the earlier part about what's happening inside your body in the morning, go back and watch the full video. Because when you understand the why, you stay calmer and you do the right steps every day. Starting tomorrow, if you follow this routine, you'll begin moving in a safer, steadier direction one morning at a time.